Elon Musk just bought a 9.2% stake in Twitter, making him the largest shareholder in the company and gives him immense powers to really reshape the entire company from top to bottom. News this morning broke of Elon's investment into the company, and shares of Twitter rose 27% to $49.97, its biggest one-day rally ever, and it added an additional $8.5 billion of market cap to the stock. What does it mean for digital world acquisition? Stock symbol DWAC. Is that one going to suffer as a result of Elon's role now in Twitter going forward? We're going to talk about all of that and more. We're going to go through the charts. But first, make sure you pound that like button and subscribe to this channel. Get the notifications so that you can know every time that I'm posting a new video on my channel. Make sure too to hit the join button down below so you can get all my stock market research each and every day. You're going to get some awesome stuff like my watch list, the setups that I'm following, plus the updates on all the FANG stocks and the market indices. Click the join button down below. Now, Elon Musk has not made it any secret his disdain for Twitter in the past and their clampdown on free speech on the platform. Now, what makes it interesting is that Jack Dorsey last November stepped down as CEO of Twitter, and Parag Agrawal, which I don't even know if I said the guy's name right, but I did give it my best shot. He became CEO in his place, and he's the kind of guy that could really rub Elon Musk the wrong way. And if he doesn't play nice, there's a good chance he might see himself out the same door that he just came through. And the power of Twitter for Elon Musk is immense. It's kind of like what Trump had with when he was president before he got kicked off the platform. Elon Musk has one of the biggest voices on Twitter, and he could actually use the platform against the CEO to run him out. Because here's the thing, you had a 27% increase in the share price today. Who do you think was buying that? It was a lot of the same people on the retail front that followed Musk into Tesla are now following him into Twitter, thinking that he might be able to recreate some of that same magic that worked for him on Tesla. So not only does he have a 9.2% stake in the company, but he also has legions of followers that are following him into this company, and they will vote any way that he wants them to. Now let's look at the chart for Twitter. You're going to see here a really nice basing pattern prior to today. This was on my bullish watch list that I provide to members of the Trading Block Plus, my YouTube membership. I mentioned that there was a base breakout. What made this one difficult, though, is that while you had a really nice base forming here, you had a breakout last week. On Tuesday of last week, it breaks out, and then it has this head fake, which gives you a little bit of pause or concern. But it didn't break down any major support, so it had kept you in the trade, and then it reclaims that breakout level and then has the massive news that sends it soaring 27%. That is pretty awesome. But how much further can we expect it to go? 27% is huge, and you got this massive gap right here that was formed as a result of today's news. So a lot of times your gaps are going to be filled. Not all of them, but most of them do get filled. You also have this massive declining trend line coming all the way back to the February 2021 highs. And it's been tested on multiple occasions, and it's rejected price in a significant way each and every time. So while we're not quite there just yet, if this stock can get up to 58, 59, I would probably say that's, at least in this very short term, as high as it's going to get, because that's where you're going to start running into some heavy resistance and start to see price come back down. Plus, the stock market's on the wrong side of the Fed with rising interest rates, inflation, war in Ukraine. There's a good chance that this one's getting closer and closer to a short-term top. Now, what does this mean for DWAC, Digital World Acquisition? Now, Trump had Truth Social, and it was a big part of this SPAC. How does this one perform? I have been warning people for quite some time now that DWAC has got a lot of problems under the surface, and it has to hold this rising channel, which I'll show you in just a second. But now, the whole point of Truth Social was to open up free speech. But now with Elon Musk coming into the fold and trying to do the same thing with already an existing platform, it really throws into doubt the sustainability of the Truth Social platform. In fact, it's got already tons of problems. The former president has only posted on it one time. He's lost some executives. And I've signed up for this thing like months ago, and I still have yet to get access to the platform. I'm still at the same spot on the queue that I was when I first started. So let's look at DWAC now. Now check out this channel that it's been trading in, and it's been trading in this for quite a while until Friday of last week. It's almost like as if it knew that this stock was about to break down. So you have the upper channel band, and then you have the lower channel band. Until Friday of last week, it was completely okay. It was holding on to it. It was starting to look a little bit iffy, but it was still holding on to it. However, it failed to hold that level with a gap down on Friday and then followed through today. So at this point, I would be very nervous about wanting to hold on to DWAC from a long-term perspective, knowing that it has broken this rising trend line here. So the takeaway here, it's great if you own Twitter, okay? If you still have it, from a trading standpoint, it's worth starting to look at ways that you can book profits and take a little bit of the profit off the table so that you can secure the profits and manage the risk even better. I'm also watching to see whether or not it breaks the lows of today. If it does, then it technically is starting to fill that gap from the opening bell. And that wouldn't be good either. I don't suspect it'll fill it all at once, but over time it definitely could, especially if the market starts to weaken once again. And when it comes to DWAC, I'd be very careful about even considering getting back into this one or jumping into it for the first time, as it's breaking a key support level. And it has some major competition now that Elon Musk is the largest shareholder of Twitter. And tell me your thoughts on DWAC. Do you think this one's going to be able to recover and ultimately be a legitimate competitor to Twitter? Tell me down in the comments below. Plus, make sure that you pound the like button, subscribe to this channel, get the notifications, and click the join button down below so you can get all my stock market research each and every day. Thank you guys, and God bless.